I have often said there is no mountain anywhere. Every man's ignorance is his mountain. There is no mountain anywhere. My Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge of the truth is what makes a victim. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 and Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. He said, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. They are gone into captivity. I've done all I needed to do, but they are robbed of everything for lack of knowledge. They are held in captivity for lack of knowledge. So I strongly believe that tonight God is opening a new chapter to many of us sitting down here. The truth will always triumph in any place. Always triumph in any place. The truth will always triumph in any place. What is faith? Then we can begin to look at the stronghold of faith. Faith is clearly the most potent force in all the universe. Faith is the most potent force in the universe. Why? If thou canst believe. How many things? All things are possible to him that believeth. How is faith the most potent force in the universe? Because it confers divinity on humanity. Jesus said, unto man this is impossible, but not with God. For with God all things are possible. And he said, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believes. That means when you are operating by faith, you are operating in God's class. Mark 9:23 and Mark 10:27. When you are operating by faith, you are operating in the very class of God. Jesus said, whosoever believes in me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. So faith confers divinity on humanity. Whosoever believes in me, John 14:12, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. So faith empowers us to operate in the very class of God. Faith empowers us to operate in the very realm of God. Faith empowers us to handle what only God could handle. This is so important. And with that understanding, then we begin to find out why is faith so powerful and the saints appear so powerless. If faith is so powerful, why are the saints so powerless? Something must be wrong with what we call our faith. Something must be wrong. If faith is that potent, why are we so impotent? Now, faith is not a mere biblical principle. Faith is our access to the power of God. Romans 1:16. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believes. So faith is not just a biblical principle. Faith is a spiritual means of empowerment. We are empowered by faith. The woman with the issue of blood went after Jesus, touched the hem of his garment, and Jesus said, power is gone out of me. And he said, thy faith has drawn power from me, it has made thee whole. So faith draws on the power of God to impact on our life. Faith is not just a biblical principle, it's a spiritual platform for empowerment. When faith is at work, power is being released, power is flowing, power is bringing about changes. So faith is about empowerment for triumph. Faith is not a principle we try to use. Faith empowers us to command results. That lady was made whole by her faith, drawing virtue from Christ. So every time your faith comes alive, virtue flows from Christ to make you whole. Faith is not a religious theory. It is a mystery of the kingdom. 1 Timothy 3:9, he said, holding the mystery of the faith in a pure conscience. So faith is not a story. Faith is a mystery. And what is mystery? Mystery is a kingdom secret that gives you mastery. Kingdom secrets that confers mastery on your life. I have often said, I'm not so surprised that we are saying what we see today in our ministry. I would have been surprised if we didn't see them. That means I was too sure they were coming. I was fully persuaded by the mystery of faith that they were coming. I knew far back in 1982 that we're going to build a sanctuary that will see 50,000 people. So whatever we saw in the process is not important. I knew we were going to build a 50,000 seat auditorium. Why? God said so. I knew. While we had only one little rickety Volkswagen Beetle, I knew we were going to be flying as far back as April 1982. Why? God said so. I'm coming. I'd like you to please understand this, that we are not serving a fake God. We are not serving a fake God. Every time faith comes alive, God's integrity is committed to deliver. He said, what if you believe not, yet he abides faithful, he cannot deny himself. Faith is not religious logic, it's a spiritual weapon. He said, above all, taking the shield of faith, and you'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the devil. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 16. Faith is not a religious logic, it is a spiritual weapon. Faith is not a biblical philosophy, it's an ever-winning spiritual force. This is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. It's an ever-winning spiritual force. Faith is not a biblical philosophy, it's an ever-winning spiritual force. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 4. That's why it's very important for us to find out what kind of faith is it that works. What kind of faith is it that works? If faith is that potent, why must we remain so impotent, so helpless, so frustrated? There must be something wrong with what we call faith. And we need to put that right now. We have always thought that faith comes by hearing the word of God. That's true. But it's much more than that. Faith comes not just by hearing the word of God, but principally by hearing from God. Romans 10:17. Faith comes not just by hearing the word of God, faith comes much more importantly by hearing from God. Hearing from God. If you check the heroes of faith as documented in Hebrews chapter 11, 80 to 90% of them came on that list by hearing directly from God. Hearing directly from God. Think of Abraham, the father of faith. The stronghold of Abraham's faith was access to the voice of God. Now the Lord said to Abraham, get out of thy country, from thy kindred, into a country that I'll show you, and I will there make of thee a great nation. I'll bless you and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And so Abraham departed. Most of us have been hearing the word, but we have not been hearing from God. Hearing from God is the stronghold of faith. No one hears from God and doubts him. The voice of God is the cure for the doubts of life. You can't hear from God and doubt him. No. The voice of the Lord is mightier than the voice of many waters. You can't hear from God and doubt him. Abraham heard from God, get thee out of thy country. At the age of 75, he had no problem believing God, because hearing from God infuses supernatural faith. You can't hear from God and doubt him. You can't hear from God and not believe him. You can't hear from God and not prove by acting on what you have heard. The stronghold of faith is access to the voice of God. All great stories in the kingdom, they are traceable to God told me. God said to me. God told me. God said to me. God said go. God said stop. God said move. God said go. Now, that's all it takes. The voice of God is the stronghold of faith. Think of Moses. No normal person would dare an institution, a nation, as Moses did. But the voice of God makes you dare the undareable. The voice of God will make you dare the undareable. The voice of God will make you think the unthinkable. The voice of God will make you move the immovable. Because Moses heard from God. Now I've seen the affliction of my people. Come now, and I will send you to Egypt, that you may bring out my people Israel. Exodus chapter 3 verse 7 to 8. And he said, oh, tell Pharaoh that Israel is my son, even my firstborn. If you don't let my son go, I will kill your son, because I must set my son free. Now he was hearing that directly from God. Okay, Pharaoh is coming on that street now. Go meet him and tell him, Pharaoh, let my people go. No protocols. Now you see, when you hear from God, it is irresistible voice. Irresistible. Now, hear what he said to Moses. Exodus chapter 7 verse 1. He said, see, I have made thee a God unto Pharaoh. God told him. So immediately, Moses knew his new status. He didn't approach Pharaoh as a man. He approached Pharaoh as a God. He said, see, I have made thee a God unto Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Now think of it. Here they were by the Red Sea, and the Lord said, why are you crying unto me? Tell the people that they go forward. Exodus 14 verse 15. So they saw the Red Sea and they were moving, because you can't resist the voice of His Majesty. Tell them that they go forward. Go forward to where? Into the sea. Yeah. And the Bible records the sea saw them, it fled. Psalm 114 verse 1 to 9. The sea saw them, it fled. The voice of His Majesty is the cure for the doubts of life. If you can access His voice, you are free. Think of it. The Lord spoke to Abraham and said, this is my covenant with you. You will circumcise every male born in your house, and that is bought with your money. And without any fear, Abraham took a stone, circumcised himself, and all the male born in his house, because his voice is irresistible. The voice of the Lord is irresistible. Listen to me. And then God said to him, take thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and check out on a mountain, I will show you, and then you sacrifice him there. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, took his son, and began to go. So when we talk about the faith of Abraham, we must understand the root of it. The voice of God is the stronghold of Abraham's faith. The voice of God was the stronghold of Moses' faith. The reason why our faith seems to be impotent today is that we have not been experiencing access to his voice like the heroes of faith that we know of. And tonight I pray that every spiritual deafness be healed in this room tonight. This is so important. God still speaks today. God still speaks today. He said, I am the Lord, I change not. You know what the apostle said in Acts chapter 4 verse 20? We cannot but speak those things we have heard and seen. We cannot but speak those things we have heard and seen. We cannot but speak the things we have heard. What did they hear? He said, and that voice we heard when we were with him on the mountain. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19. They heard the voice saying, this is my beloved son, hear ye him. And that made them unshakable in the face of challenge. We cannot but speak those things we have heard and we have seen. This is so important. Therefore, access to Rhema is the bedrock for unshakable faith. Access to the voice of God is the bedrock for unshakable faith. Access to Rhema is the bedrock for unshakable faith. Your faith and my faith stands to be shaky if it's not rooted in the voice of God. They stand to be shaky if it's not rooted in the voice of God.